Look at this here Old Glory tattered up a bit. It's very windy up on this hill. I climbed a very tall hill, well, kind of tall, and the view is spectacular. You know, every time I see this flag, I'm inspired. I'm inspired to talk about how much I love the United States. You know, I think it's the best country, bar none. Hell, I've heard people try to argue that, and I don't see how you could. There are no other countries with that many freedoms. None whatsoever. You might want to say, oh, well, sure there are. Haha, not so fast. Definitely not freedom of speech. Definitely not the Second Amendment. I get emotional. Well, look, I'm a refugee. You know, I'm a Ukrainian refugee. This country took me in back in 2000. The reason we got refugee status is because my parents were Christians, and communist KGB was persecuting them. They were coming after them because they were atheistic, and they did not tolerate any practice of religion. And so we got refugee status. And boy, oh boy, especially right now, am I happy to not be in Ukraine and be here. Because I'm talking to people from Ukraine right now, and they are telling me such horror stories. I mean, I just recently posted videos talking smack about the US government and about its leaders. I could never dream to do such a thing. If I talk smack about Zelensky and I lived in Ukraine, I would disappear. Oh, what's that animal trying to tell me to shut up? I would disappear into the abyss today, in this day and age. They say that there's freedom, but it's not true. So, I love this country. There's no other place I'd rather be, especially California. You know, within the best country in the world, California is the best state. Number one. I'll tell you why, for many reasons. First of all, look at this. Just take a look. Let me zoom in. I mean, come on. And this is not even on the coast. This is deep into the... It's about 20 miles off the coast. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful hills. So besides the beauty, this is the number one GDP state. Makes the most amount of money in the entire union. Contributes the most amount of taxes. Basically carries all the other lazy states. I'm being funny, but it does carry the other states. California is the backbone of this country. The numbers don't lie. Highest GDP, most amount of money made, most amount of taxes paid. California. That's right. I bet you didn't know that. So next time you want to talk smack, remember that you're still going to go to the movies and you're still going to watch those Hollywood created films. So they're also, you know, the leaders in culture. As much as people like to, you know, hate on the culture of California, you still consume it. Oh, you still go to the movies. You still flip on the TV and watch the shows. So yeah, boy, I'm the luckiest man alive. I live in the best country and the best state in the world. How can such a thing be? If you guys saw where I came from, oh my God. Jambula, it's called. That's the neighborhood that I was born in Ukraine. It is worse than the projects of New York and LA. I mean, below extreme poverty. There was 10 of us that lived in a one-bedroom apartment. Sorry, I think it was two bedroom. And it was tiny, and it was falling apart, and the outside was horrible. Dystopia. I mean, look up Eastern Bloc in the 90s in the cities. Absolute nightmare. I mean, if only you saw where I came from and then ended up here. I can't believe it. I'm the number one patriot in America. I don't feel like a refugee, you know, because I was 6 years old when I came here, and now I'm a U.S. citizen. And I took the oath too, you know. I had to stand there with my hand in the air and say that I will protect this country against not protect, but I forget, it was like I will fight against enemies, foreign and domestic, You know, like I made that oath. That's something that you don't do when you're born here. You don't have to give an oath, but I did. I gave an oath of allegiance to that flag right there. Yeah, I stand by it. I'm proud of it. You know, this is why I speak out. You know, lately I've been talking smack a little bit here and there about the government. It's only because I care. This is the best country in the world, but it could be better, certainly. And I would like to contribute to that in some ways. At the very least, if through discourse. I think with the First Amendment, it's use it or lose it. That's another reason why I speak out, is because I value the First Amendment so much. Because we don't have it in other countries. Don't let anybody lie to you. It does not exist. Freedom of speech does not exist anywhere else. I can't just talk this smack. I can't offend people as much as I want. I just saw a video recently from England where this guy's getting arrested because he made a video that offended somebody, and the police were telling him that to his face. They were like, you made a video, you posted it online, and it offended somebody, and the man got arrested. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. In England, the place where supposedly you can talk smack about the Queen, well, the King now, but you can't offend people. There's no place like America. Number one patriot, Vasily Aggie. I love this country more than anybody. But I think we can make it a better place. Is this a bottle cap or yeah, I found an old rusty bottle cap. Some people collect these things. Can't even tell which one it is. You can kind of tell. So yeah. Beautiful flag. Yeah, beautiful view. You know, I just made this because of all the smack I've been talking, so I want the government to see this video and to see that, you know, I'm a good boy. Please do not deport me. Please, I beg of you. I'm not gonna make it on the front lines in Ukraine. Look at me. I'm way too skinny. See, the flag agreed with me, that's why it went up. Oh, good lord. You know, this is just a quick nod to the deep state. Sure, I've been talking smack. Sure, I've been mentioning anarchy. Sure, I've been mentioning not paying taxes. But I don't really mean it, you know. I love this country. Number one, United States. U.S. government is the best. I mean, out of all the governments, I'd rather deal with the United States government. We're sure we're not perfect, you know, but at least they let you be. At least they let me talk smack. Nobody has showed up at my house in a suit, you know. And I have another channel that you guys don't know about where I really went in and nobody showed up at my house. And I don't know if I can say that for anywhere else in the world, you know. And I appreciate that. I'm very grateful for that. That despite me talking smack about the Department of Defense, the military is still going to protect my right to talk that smack. And I have to respect that. So that's the end of my soapbox speech about how much I love America and how much I really don't want to get deported for talking smack. Cheers.